Alright, so just got a resonator delete for a Volkswagen Jetta 1.8 SE TSI. Hopefully I can install it today. Hopefully. First time seeing it. Didn't open it yet. I'm so excited for this. Wow. Alright, packaging is nice. And they covered the holders. Came with the clamps. Came with one clamp. I'm not sure if they're all the same. Oh no, they're not. One clamp and then two clamps on a pipe already. And then the whole exhaust. Not whole exhaust, but the middle part of the exhaust replacement. Oh, this thing looks beautiful. This thing looks insane. Wow. And these are just covering the pipes, I guess, so they don't get hurt. I think this is closed, right? Yeah, so that's just a holder. I think these are also just holders. So this is where we cut the OEM exhaust and slide it onto it, because that's like wider than this side, and then this side just connects through the clamps, I think. But yeah, this thing looks, oh, and it says the ECS tuning on it. This thing is beautiful. All right, this will be installed later. All right, so the first step to removing the resonator is to, I'm under the car right now, but hopefully you can see, this is the first brace for the down, no, this is the second brace for the downpipe, because it's this, that's the first one. So it goes 1, 2, then the resonator. So there's held on by 4 bolts, 13 millimeter, I believe. And this should just pop off once removed. So it's just super important you go for the, not the first brace, but the second brace right here. Alright, all the bolts are removed. So is the frame. But let me show you. All you want to do is just take it off with the bolts, so you have access to the clamps right here. All right, once you have the bracket removed and the four bolts in the bracket removed, you want to get this the 2-band clip or clamp off that was right under the brace. But mine, as you can see, are extremely rusty, which I don't even know if I can feel a bolt on the top. So I'm scared they're gonna break. So I'm just gonna spray it with some Twister Ultra and then use some shop towels so it doesn't get all over the driveway. But I'm gonna spray it and let it sit and then come back and try to break them. All right, so update. These are actually too rusted that there's actually no bolts. Or actually there's a bolt shape on the top, but my socket doesn't really grab it. Yeah. All right, I just took out the clamps. It was like this on the exhaust, and the bolts were on the top, but they were so rounded due to rust that it just kept spinning, and I couldn't get a smaller bit on. So I took a saw and I cut along the pipe, not to hit it though, because I didn't want to damage the pipe under this in case it reached it. So I got a clean flat cut on the bolts, and thank God that came off. And thank God ECS Tuning provided me with a brand new sleeve clamp. So now that the sleeve clamp is off, let me go over here and show you. The whole downpipe is loose. So now it's only being held up by rubber hangers. So now only being held up by rubber hangers. So now the goal is to compare the old one to this one and to mark up where we need to cut. But the very next step is to undo these bolts that hold in the sway bar, because it'll give me room to cut, because this is right up next to the sway bar. So if we get rid of these, we could actually turn this down, I think, and give me more room. So it's 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here. I'm gonna guess it's 45, Torx 45. It's pretty big. I don't know if it's bigger though. I think it's bigger. Oh wait, actually no, wait, okay. It's not a Torx bit. It is not a Torx bit. That is a carrier bolt. They had them on the brake calipers too. All right, I'll be back with the Torx. All right, so update. I've gotten the Torx, not Torx. I've gotten the carrier bolts. They're slightly different from Torx. They have more splines, and they're a full circle in the middle. So Volkswagen likes to use these. I'm not sure about other German cars, probably because they're all the same, but M10. I don't have an M11, so it's M10. M10 carrier bolt for the rear sway bar brace bolts, 2 on each side. All right, update. All 4 of those carrier bolts that held in the rear subframe are out. So now the subframe is just sitting there, and I'm gonna measure the new pipe for the resonator delete. I'm gonna measure it up to the resonator and make a marking of where I need to cut, because you need to cut where the rear end is gonna sit, because it's gonna sit in there like this. And so the rear end just goes from resonator to muffler, where this is gonna be no resonator. And so because it goes from resonator to muffler, it's a 1 pipe, but now we're adding in a second pipe. So we need to make a cut, and then this slides over the pipe connected to the muffler at the end here. So we're gonna cut a space, slide over, and then put the clamp. So I'm gonna mark that up, and I'll be right back. All right, massive update. So the exhaust is in. It was in last night, but it was too dark to record anything. So, and I had to actually finish something today. So, exhaust is in. We made the cut, so don't cut too much pipe. So, like, if you're scared, cut less pipe than you normally would. So once you cut the part where it slides over the stock exhaust, you're gonna put the single clamp here, and then where the frame was before, you're gonna put the double hose clamp like that. These were giving me trouble last night because these suck to get in, because you have to hold the sway bar up and then thread them through by hand. Very hard. I don't know why. They were like a little hard to take out earlier, but I wasn't expecting them to be that hard to put back in. Anyways, those are in. All the clamps are in. And it sounds nice. Sounds decent. It's just a small change in tone. It's deeper. It's a little louder. You could definitely hear it from the inside when you're driving. But yeah, I'll play a few sound clips, and that is the resonator delete pipe for the Volkswagen Jetta 1.8T TSI SE. Thanks for watching. And peace.